a relationship with Jesus, to know that a relationship with Jesus is the only way out of the sorry state the world is currently in. And we at Singles for Christ would like to offer you the opportunity to establish that relationship with Jesus, and hopefully continue, being active and have an ongoing involvement in the things that we do in the community. So first of all, we'd like to explain to you why you should, participate. You ask yourself, okay, I guess you're here because you got one of our flyers, or one of your friends who's a member told you to come here, right? Anybody really feel very pressured to come here? Did someone really pull you, or did you come here by your own free will? Okay, so it's okay to be shy about it. Okay, but anyway, just think about it. You're going to be spending 10 straight Saturdays. I mean, Saturdays are usually the times we enjoy, right? You're going to be here. We're going to be here. So, why would you want to do that? To give you a good idea of why, we must first consider why Jesus himself came into this world. Okay? As you know, Jesus, of course, has a mission here. He was sent by the Father to proclaim the good news and to show us that He is the way, the truth, and the life. And that was His mission. He came here to preach and show all the good works that the Father wants us to experience. Of course, He did that way back in 2,000 years ago. But of course, His message is eternal. And His proclamation is timeless, and it applies to us even to this day. So, do we really understand Jesus' message? So Jesus is trying to reach out to us, right? And basically, those that need His message the most fall under 4 categories of people. Let's start with the poor. Some of us are poor. Not because financially, but we're poor because we don't have God in our lives. Because God is the greatest treasure, and if we don't experience Him, then we really have nothing. So those people who are poor live their lives apart from God. They don't know God, or if they do, they chose to ignore Him and live their lives as if God didn't exist. There's also the captives. The captives are people who, as the name implies, captive to something. They're captive to their desires and their ideas of what they feel is really worth something in their lives. They're slaves to money. They work so hard, they don't go to church. They're just obsessed with, creating riches for themselves, and they don't do anything else. They don't even share it. There are also the people who are blind. They do something, but they don't know what is really important. They believe in false ideals and false ideologies. They, believe in false religions. I don't want to name any, but Scientology and Kabbalah, sorry. So, they're sorry if I offended anybody, but that's just the way it is. And of course, the oppressed. These are people who are oppressed by their bondages because they're in unrighteous relationships. They are the slaves to fear, worries, anxieties, insecurities. They usually are, addicted to drugs and all that, and sex also. So Jesus came to this world to give us salvation and free us. To the poor, He will deliver the good news of salvation about having a relationship with God. And to the captives, He's going to set them free. And to the blind, He will show them the light. And to the oppressed, He will set free and free them from their bondages. Okay, so do you identify yourselves with any of these 4 people? 4 types of people. I mean, we're all sinners here, and I'll be honest. I fall under slaves, captives. I mean. Because I tend to work sometimes too hard without really giving my time. That was before, of course, I joined the community. And I'm a bit improved, but we're still all a work in progress, and that's why we need the community in order to continue to be better. So let's take a look at the world around us, right? What do we see? We see a lot of moral degeneration in all levels of society. There is, sexual promiscuity everywhere, homosexuality and perversity. I mean, it's a really different world. I mean, my parents, I don't know, have you heard your parents tell this, like, the world's a much different place back then when they were kids? And even I experienced it myself, because I was born in the 70s, and I saw the changes of each decade, and I have to admit that everything, it's getting worse. So it's not really a good thing. Like sexual promiscuity. Children are engaging in sex, at a much younger age than before. In homosexuality is being, tolerated. It's a sad fact that even here in, let's say, California, they allow gay marriages. There are 3 states in the U.S. that allow gay marriages. And sad to say, our state is one of them. The other 2 being Massachusetts and Connecticut. So it's not a good start. Who knows what's going to happen in like 10 years? Is it like all 50 states are going to be allowing gay marriages now? And think about, what's going to happen. I would think about the family. You know what a family is, right? It's like a man, woman, and their children. It's not good. So in the future, it might be 2 men, two women, and it's not good. But it's happening, and there's something has to be done about it. And then there's also rampant greed and dishonesty. Back then people were probably more scared about the law, but you see people now, it's nothing to them. And then there's so much emphasis on work and careers that there's no room for God anymore. And there's also an alarming breakup of families due to lack of commitment of spouses. Because the society also makes it easy. Divorce laws make it easy for a man and woman to separate. So people don't really think about marriage carefully anymore. They just get into it, and if they don't feel like it, just get out. It's easy. And also there is spiritual blindness. There's a rise of man-made religions and cults, and I've mentioned already a couple. And these false religions, they focus on, there's an emphasis on the self. Like, how it is with Christianity, right? There's a focus on serving others, sacrificing yourself. Whereas most religions right now, the new man-made religions, they tend to focus more on enlightenment, being aware, knowledge, and all of that. It's more like, getting to know something. And if you're all aware, then you're like trying to be like God, and that's not good. So, there's an emphasis on self. And nowadays, people tend to think that being, doing what they want is cool. There's no regard for authority anymore. And, it's all about pro-choice. I want to have sex before marriage, that's cool. And if I'm a girl and I got pregnant and I don't want the baby, hey, no problem. I'll just go to an abortion clinic and let's get it over with. I mean, where are morals going nowadays? So, even when you look at cartoons, everything's different. My cartoons back then was like, all happy, but I'm surprised about the things I see in cartoons now. And then you get shocked when you see kids start talking language that, you probably didn't learn until you were 20. But even kids as early as 10 years old would say that. So it's pretty shocking.